of November. It's getting closer to the end of the year. My name is Alisa Tilsner. I go live every Thursday morning. At least I hope I'm going live at the moment because I didn't get a usual scheduled countdown. So hopefully everyone finds me if I'm not in the right place. Welcome, welcome. We are going to be playing with the on display bundle again, and this is a card. It's been in my mind for about a week now, so I'm hoping it comes out. I've done a little bit of prep beforehand because there'll be obviously a lot of stamping and die cutting, and I'm sure that you don't need to sit through watching that, so I might need to do a little bit extra though, but we shall see how we go. So welcome, welcome. If you are joining me, just like say hello, make sure that I have got everything going nicely, that you're finding me. We're going to switch the camera around and get stuck straight into it. So if you haven't seen the on display bundle, this is the stamp set. Images are bigger than what they are on the cover, so that is a good thing. They're not as tiny, but they're still fairly small. So lots and lots of images on this one. Good morning, yes, Deb. And good morning, Ronnie. Excellent. Good morning, Robin. Excellent, excellent. I was a little bit worried because it didn't give me like normally when I schedule things, it gives me a countdown, and there was no countdown this morning, and it had me a little bit worried. Okay, so these are the dies that match the stamp sets, and we've got our bookcase and the topper for the bookcase, and we've got dies that will cut out those images, but we've also got some solid dies that you can, you know, if you wanted to do one that was just all die cutting, you could easily do that as well. So I've gone ahead and I've die cut a few things already. I've die cut the bookcase, and this is in early espresso, and I've done the topper as well, the little fancy top, which you can either have or not have. And I've got a piece of crumb cake, which I'm going to pop behind it. But I thought what I might do first is just give it a little bit of ink blending to sort of pull it all in, because it seems like, I don't know whether it's my color choice, but there seems to be a little bit of, you know, the backing board is a little bit, the contrast, I should say, in colors is a little bit too much. So I thought if I did a little bit of ink blending on the back piece and brought it in a little bit, it might sort of give it a little bit of a halo. And if that doesn't work, you know what, we'll just turn the cardstock over and stick it down that way. So I've got early espresso to go on my crumb cake. So I'm going to be very gentle to start with. So good morning, good morning. Did anyone manage to, or maybe I shouldn't bring this into the conversation, did anybody manage to get anything from the Black Friday sale? I stocked up on my blends. So things did sell out super, super quick. But I did stock up on some of my, well, not stock up, I just got an extra set of the blends that were coming, like were low in my stash. So I placed a small order, and there are still, if you are still looking to get blends, there are some have sold out, but there are still some available. Some are in low stock, so I would get onto them pretty quickly. And I put a post on my oh, that's a bit messy. I put a post on my Facebook page, and I had shared a little bit of information about the weights of blends. So rather than go through all my blends and, you know, scribble on cardstock to see which ones were low, I just weighed them, and the ones that weighed in low, I replaced. I bought extras for, I shouldn't say I replaced them. So that way, when they do get low, I've got them in my stash ready to go, because it's the worst. There we go. That's it. That's just taken the edge off a little bit. So just bringing it in a little bit. I feel like I'm waffling a lot this morning. How's everyone going? Tell me in the comments. Okay, and of course it was also registration for on stage, which is super fun. So that's a demo event in Sydney this year in Australia. So that's going to be super, super fun. Okay, I need to get this brown off. Okay, so like I said, this card has been in my head for a little while. It kept me awake last night. I didn't have to think about it because it was already in my head. Didn't stress me out during the night. Okay, so what I am going to do is just glue these together, and I'm going to use this one. So it's just, my piece is just a tiny bit shorter than this, so my glue is going to have to be a little bit careful where I place it. And doing very well. Making, oh, strawberry jam. Yum, yum. Yum, yum. Thank you very much. Oh, I've got to concentrate. Sorry. I'm just doing these little fine bits as well. Oh, it's playing nicely with me at the moment. Oh, no, it's not. For those who know me, I don't get along with this glue very well. So, but no. Oh, I shouldn't have said anything, right? I've got a really nice fine thing going on, and then it went all over my, look at this, I got so fine, and then it went all over my thingy here. I don't know. I just don't cope very well. Okay, so I'm sticking this to this, and it's probably going to split. Even though I did super, super fine, it's probably going to spill everywhere, and it's really, really fine on the background. So I haven't given, I'm not giving measurements as I'm making this card. So if you would like the PDF tutorial with all the measurements, make sure that you head on over to alisatilsner.com. It's down the bottom here, and you can sign up to my newsletter, and this will go out as a tutorial in next week's newsletter, and it will also be added to my freebie library. So we've got over 150 card samples in there at the moment. Okay, so that's that done. Now I have got some little things cut out already, and I think I may have to do a few more. Now, the idea I had in my head, I'm just going to glue these together. These are really good. If you haven't seen this bundle before, there's little tabs on the ends of the plants, so that all you have to do is put a little bit of adhesive on there, and you can stick it straight in the pot, so you don't have to worry about allowing, look, and that one you can sit it just over the tip of the, that's pretty cool. If you push it down a little bit further, it sits over the top. So, and when you glue it on, it's so easy. You don't have to worry about leaving a space. I've left it for you already. Okay, so I have got the cat. I've got a couple of Azure afternoon bottles. The cat I did in peach pie. I should bring them up. Peach pie and timid tiger. Now, when you stamp this one, I advise to stamp the stripes first and then stamp the solid one over the top, because that one caused me a little bit of grief. I had to do him twice. And then I've got books in timid tiger to match, granny apple green, crushed curry, and azure afternoon. So what I was thinking of doing, oh, and I've got a white card base. Now, because this is so tall, I have used a regular half size of A4 to do this. Otherwise, it wouldn't fit on my card. So look at that. It wouldn't have, because that is the full length of my card. I could make the card in that shape. That would be interesting. Okay, so what I'm going to do is this, and I'm thinking I'm going to put a pot in one, and I'm going to put some books in another. And this is where I think I'm going to need a few more, because I've got my cat, which I'm going to put up here. But, and being an orange cat, what do cats, actually I might have to put that one down there, but what do cats like to do? Let me know in the comments, what do cats like to do? I've got my bottles there. Let's pretend that my bottles were sitting on the shelf. So this is the funny idea I had in my head, but I am going to need to stamp a few more because I'm a bit sparse. So what are cats known for, especially nasty little orange cats? Oops, did I say that out loud? Oh, wait, because I'm going to do a globe, and I'm also going to do a few more bottles as well, I think. Anyone got any ideas yet? I don't want to give away my answer too soon before anybody comes up with an answer. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to stick all three of these on one stamp, and I'm going to cut them all out. They eat plants. what, like if you had a cat and he wanted to go from the bottom to the top, what would the cat do along the way? Sleep, yes. Oops, these going to fit. I might have to get a bigger piece of card. Oh, I don't want to use a bigger piece of card. Notorious for doing this. Okay, so I've got my globe, I've got my 2 bottles, and hopefully I can die cut all of these out. Oh, and I forgot to mention, when you die cut the bookcase, you get all of these left over, and keep them, because I think that these would make awesome little labels for sentiments. Whoops, and there's lots of them. You could also put them back and say, like if I wanted that one to be a door, you could pop that one back in, and I could put a little handle on it, and that could be a door. Whoops, no, I can't get it off. All right, let me die cut these out. Knock everything over. Yes. So I thought, wouldn't it be funny if I had some things on here and then all my bottles and stuff were lying on the bottom of my bookcase because the little rotter has knocked them over. I thought that would be a funny card. So I thought, well, I'll try and see how I go. But I think I need a few more items that have been knocked over. That's the only thing. So I'm going to do them out of blue. And I will cut my globe out. Whoops, they're sticking to my fingers. And I'll cut my globe out. Hopefully I'll cut my globe out. Yep, I've left enough room. Oh, they stick. When they stick to the packaging, they get a little bit of residue on them, and then they stick to my fingers, and I can't, especially when you're trying so hard to line everything up so nicely, which is why I did some of it off camera. I think that one's not gonna, anyway, it's okay, it'll do. Hello Margaret, how you going? Okay, and for the globe I need whoops, and I do advise putting your dies away. Oh gee, I didn't do a very good job with that one. I advise putting your dies away so that you don't lose them, because there are loads of them, and I have drawn around the circle, like all the shapes, so that I don't have too much trouble. So I'm going to put the globe up here just to balance that, and I think I'm going to have to trim this one because I did such a dreadful job. I knew it wasn't lined up properly when I cut it. I should have spent a smidge longer lining it up, but anyway. So there we go. He's knocked all the bottles off the shelves on his way up to the top. I don't know whether it'll work. I don't know. I suppose somebody will get, like if I gave this card to somebody, would they get the joke? I need them. Wait, come back. Because I can't just have that sitting there like that. There is a little die that will cut out the little housing. I think I've got, I'll just do this in, this colour as well. Hello, Carol from Canada. Welcome. So anyway, hopefully somebody would get the joke. So, okay. Wow, that is super skinny. How am I going to, you know what I should have done? I should have used that, I'm looking for my pokey tool. Pokey tool, where are you? Nope, can't find the pokey tool. Wonder where my pokey tool's gone. Okay, so I'll just use that. How am I going to get adhesive on the back of that? I should have used, oh man, check that out. How on earth? Goodness me. Goodness me, that is super skinny. Oh, excuse me. And I actually think it goes I thought it was going the other way, but it actually goes that way. Okay. And then I need a sentiment as well. So I've got all them. And I think because this is fairly heavy in color, I think I'm going to do my sentiment on white, and it'll probably just come across here. So there we have got Just For You, You're the Best, Treat Your Shelf, You Deserve All the Good Stuff, Best Day for the Books, and Hello. I don't know which one. Let's get this. Let me try and stick this together first. Oh wait, it does go this way. I'm a ninny. Okay, I'm thinking I might try and stick that. Oh gosh. This is going to be a nightmare. It's going to be a nightmare. Margaret says she's just got this set. Oh, awesome. Yeah, well, don't play with the globe. How about that? How's that for a tip? It's so skinny. Okay. Super skinny. All right, I'm going to try and stick it on the actual, you know what? I know now I've stuck glue where I shouldn't have stuck glue. I'm such a twit. Okay. Oh, man. Man, oh, man. Okay, now I've stuck this backing on already, so now it's stuck to my fingers and not cardstock. Not a good thing, but I wanted it because it had blue on it. Because I could do blue on it, I should say. Anyway, I'm going to try, and I am sorry that this is fiddly. So I'm just going to stick that on my thing just down here straight away because it's difficult. Oh, messy. I should have used, what's it called? The sticky paper? Anyway, Marilyn says that she knows someone I know has an orange cat who likes to jump up on her table sometimes during her lives. I don't know if he jumps up onto the bookshelf or not. Yeah, well, this one's jumped all the way up to the bookshelf and knocked a heap of stuff off. So that's what I'm going to do. Right, I'm going to, because I want to mount some of them, but I'm going to stick this one down. And I think I will do it flat because I'm going to mount the other stuff. I think I'll keep this one flat now, and I'm going to mount this one as well. So otherwise it might get a little bit too high. All right, let's get this one down. Well, I don't have a cat. I had cats as kids growing up, but as an adult, I have not had. We don't have any pets, unless you want to count our beehives in the garden. But they're not really pets. Put one on the end. Now this has actually got slits in it, so like it's got a lot of, I don't know whether you can see that. See, it's got bad color for camera. There we go. So, and it's actually got little slits and stuff in it, so you can see through them. So just be mindful. There's not really much you can do about putting the dimensionals on because you'll probably see them, but did I get that one? Yep. Okay, we'll pop this at the top, which is going to muck my brain up because that isn't center. Hey Sherry, how you going? Okay, so I'm going to put, maybe I can put it, I'm going to just balance myself a little bit here. I know that the cat's going to go here, so we'll get some dimensionals on him and put him there. And so we'll pop you up there. Now the books aren't going to fit anywhere but here. There are other books, not stamped books, but there are die cut books that you can use instead if you didn't want them, but that one's sort of got to go there. There's no other option. So we'll pop that on. And then pop you in. We'll pop you this way. there. I've got he's already stuck down because it was difficult. So I can either put my plant over here and put all my bottles down here. Oops. Maybe I can leave one on the shelf. Maybe that's better. Maybe I'll do that, and then I can put my sentiment along here. How about that? It's a very different, weird card, I know. Very unusual card. Oops. And of course, if you saw my live last week, we used this, and so Marilyn, not Marilyn, Margaret just got this set. I did a card last week, and it was a very clean and simple one, and it was just using a plant 3 times, and maybe I'll put you over there, and just across the page. So it was a pretty simple. All right, let's get some dimensionals on the backs of these guys. Try and keep them in the middle because I'm probably going to like layer them on top of each other. Okay, so I think I'm just going to plunk them down wherever they go. And then to keep my sentiment, I think I'm going to do my sentiment in blue. Hey, you know what? I've got, you know how if you did spot me last week, I wonder if I've still got that or whether I threw it in the bin. I stamped hello in Azure Afternoon on that Whispers of Texture cardstock, and I've still got it, but I don't know whether I threw it out or whether it's in my little trash pile beside me. All right, so there's my little card. Here it is. It might be, I think I'm going to need a thicker, but I should keep that for a bit later, but I think I'm going to need a bigger sentiment. Or maybe I'll do You Deserve All the Good Stuff. Now, I did a video as well. Last week I also did the extra bit of how I did this. Now, somebody in there suggested that, because I had just been keeping, this is the soft plastic film that is over the top of the stamp, and somebody suggested to me that they stick that on this side. So that is what I have done here. And then when you go to put these away, you just flip them over and put them on these spots. And then when you close, you can, I just want to get my sentiment before I close. You deserve, I think this is the one. You deserve all the good stuff. Just there. So when you close it, right, I didn't put adhesive across here. I should have put adhesive across there because now I have to grab hold of it, just make sure, and then I can peel it off. And that's sort of because people were worried that pulling it off all the time was going to ruin the paper. So by sticking that other piece on there, it's protected that paper as well. Pretty cool, I reckon. Okay, so let's get this stamped, and I'll do it in Azure as well. Is it in there? Yep, pick that one. So I hope that people don't just go, oh, what's that, without seeing the cat. I wish the cat was a little bit bigger because sort of would make it a little bit more obvious that the cat up there has tossed things off the shelf. I don't know. In my head it was funny. I don't know. Maybe it's not so funny now that I'm looking at it. I don't know. Anyway. All right, let's trim this down. Okay, I think I'm going to just a plain old rectangle. Yeah, the packaging for the stamp set. Yes. Somebody else, I want to say it was Diana Gibbs, but I'm not 100% sure where I first saw it. All right, let's grab some dimensionals for this as well. And then we are just about finished. Maybe I'll put some Wink of Stella on the cat just to, you know, sometimes it catches the light. Maybe that'll make it a little bit obvious. You deserve all the good stuff. And my Wink of Stella. And Ariel. Is that my full one or is that my nearly empty one? I thought I had to make it an orange cat because orange cats are naughty, aren't they? Don't they always say that orange cats are the mischievous ones? Or are they just the silly ones? And I'll just pop a little bit of sparkle around the sentiment. Okay, what to use? Sequins. Attitude cats. Is that what the... I don't get any blue ones. Okay, let's just do rhinestones. I've spotted a pack here that was nearly empty. Let's do them. Attitude cats. I know that because I see some things on, you know, of course on Facebook, there's always cat things going around, and sometimes they're like, oh, you know, orange cats are either missing a few brain cells or they're a bit scatty. I should put it that way. They're a bit scatty. We had a tortoiseshell cat growing up. She was lovely. She was really, really nice. And then after Shelley, my mum got a brown tabby cat, and he was not a good kitten. He was dreadful. He was sitting on my chest one day. I was just patting him, and the next minute I knew he bit my lip and wouldn't let go. He was a nasty cat. So there we go. Hopefully people understand what's going on there. Anyway, I thought it was funny. Who knows? It may never get sent to anyone, but I thought it was a funny idea, and I thought I just had to try it out and see how we go. But this set is really cool. So if you've got book lovers, you know, there's heaps of different dies of books. These are just solid die books that you could just stack the shelves full of books. If you've got friends who are avid readers, there's little bird cage, bird cage going on that would fit in one of these bigger spots as well. And of course you can use them all individually as well, so you don't have to put them in the bookcase. But there we go. There's my card, all done and dusted. So it is pretty cute. It's tall. I'm not used to it. This is my regular sized card, and I'm not going to show you the front because it's for something else, but that's how much taller it is. So I feel weird making a taller card. So anyway, there we go. So thank you very much for joining me, and we will just come back. We will catch you again next week. It will be December next week. Can you believe it? So exciting things. So don't forget that there is the end of the Black Friday sale that goes until the 1st. There's blends left. If you need some blends, go and get them. And also I've got my own giveaway starting on the 1st of December. So any orders that go in for this month will go into the prize to win the 12 days of crafting the Christmas catalogue, the kit. So what I'll be doing is opening the doors. I've already opened them, but I'll be opening the doors and actually giving away what's behind them. So there's chances to win the contents of that. So yes, that's it. Okay, thank you very much for joining me, and we will catch you again next week, same time.